back now with Harry's Burn. Man, Harry continues to be on fire this year. I think we're going to make things a little easier for him in the future. Also, Almost There Boss and Century Invictus, not quite good enough for the spring series. And we're not going to continue on. I'm not going to continue to chase speed with these horses until they get angry. So we'll just drop them back into the non-winners of 2 and let them do some work that way. I think the other horse might fit actually non-winners of 3. Well, I guess we'll have to see which is better. Century Invictus had a little mucus last night. Not shocking. Horse let go. Had a little bit of mucus found in his airway. And I don't think they scoped Boss, but I thought Boss was okay, maybe on the left line a bit. But need to continue to find softer spots for our horses. That's what we need to do. So Almost There Boss on the top with Harry. I suspect we're on the same page when it comes to Boss. No need to continue to put him in there and chase. Put him back in the non-winners of 2, where it's maybe a little bit softer. Maybe not, but maybe. Amazon Dragon's going to train down. We'll see what happens with him over the next little while. He's probably at least 4 or 5 weeks away from racing, so we'll see what happens with him when he gets him ready to go. Arches Rainbow ended up with an odd infection in her shoulder area. So I don't know whether she got rubbed it or hit it. She couldn't hit it. She must have hit it on something. They had to clean it up, and we couldn't figure out her white count spiked. She had a temperature but didn't seem to have any mucus. It was the weirdest thing. And then the vet came in, and there was a little spot there that they had to clean up. So she's fine now, back going. I don't think she'll race on Thursday. Probably going to have to school her on Friday and then continue back with her, which is fine, I suppose, because we have a filly to race in the maiden on Thursday in Gemstone Ruby Rose. So Arches Rainbow will be back. So when Harry's like, well, we'll get her back here. I said, Harry, there's no rush with this filly. Every time she goes behind the gate, I want you to have her as close to 100% as you can have her. No rush whatsoever. So, probably going to school next Friday with Arches Rainbow. Bolt Power is Indigo tomorrow. Continues to race good. This horse flies under the radar. Very rarely misses a check. I think the only time he missed a check is when I drove him, and I was climbing over them. He finished 8th, beat 3 lengths maybe, and was climbing over them at the wire, I think, or one of the only times. But it's been a very, very good pickup for for Brendan Drab and Harry's Burn. Brave World continues to race good. I know he's long odds. Listen, he's going to get up a little higher. It's going to be a problem. Do we want to shove him back onto the B tracks? That's always an option. I'm just not convinced that we should stay there full time or a lot of the time. Again, this is probably a horse Harry and I will talk about when I get back to Ontario. Century Invictus, as I said, scoped sick last night. Not that shocking. I guess now that I say it out loud, maybe he doesn't fit the non-winners of 2. He might have to win the non-winners of 3. So I'll have to talk to Harry. Do you want to race him in there once more? Do you want to go to the B track? What do you want to do with him? That might be an option also. So we'll see where we go with our boy Century Invictus next week. Don't Believe Me, Just Watch is still present in the Burn. As I said, that's a great class. I think eventually somebody's going to have to scoop him. But I know I heard saw the rumblings of people saying, he deserves a chance in the non-winners. No, it's not that he doesn't deserve a chance. He's not going there. That he can't do in the condition races. And I know everybody loves Peanut, and I know everybody thinks that I don't. I do. I love horses that overachieve, and he's done that since the day we got him. But we need to allow him to continue to race in with horses he can beat. And he cannot do at Mohawk or in the condition races. He just can't. So we're not going to attempt that. He's going to stay in the class he's in for the time being. And I hope he continues to win in there. So I love to see the horse do good. High Gear No Fear looked better last week. Now, obviously, our optimism has been depleted with this guy, but he's getting better. As I said to James the other day, and even James said, I told him before the race, I said, I talked James into taking High Gear No Fear off instead of the horse that he was on originally. And he did beat High Gear No Fear. But I said to James, listen, this horse is getting better. I keep telling everybody and echoing it to everybody, this horse will race better when he looks better. And he looks better every single week. And I told him, I said, don't take him back into last. Just get away 5th or 6th and race him. He'll be fine. James called me after. He said, he actually was good. He was good. Much better than I thought he'd be. So, High Gear No Fear will continue to race in that format for now. Locatelli is back with us now. Looks like $1 million. Very happy to see Locatelli back in the Burn. Miss Sophia Rose qualified yesterday. I just saw the line. Not that impressive. Probably going to head to London, I guess. I know Chris went with her and just went around with her. We'll see how she reacts to the B tracks. But I truthfully, I just assumed she was a 58 type pacing filly, and she's got some work to do to get there. 2-2 wasn't super impressive, but I expect her to be a little better in the near future, or there'll be another discussion in the works between Brenda and I. No Free Lunch was a little flat the other day. He's racing tonight against Patrick the Prawn. I hate racing our horses against one another, but that's just the way the class is shook out. We'll see how Lunch races tonight. Very happy with the way he's been this year. We're going to see races where he underachieves or appears to underachieve a little bit. That's him. That's his motto. He's a trip horse and a sprinter. But if he can't catch up to the ones in front of him, yeah, he can dog it a little bit on the end. He should have been third. But he raced okay. Resolute Bay, I'm hearing rumblings. He schooled very, very good on Friday. He'll be in to go in the Spring Series next Friday at Mohawk. We gave him the week off. I 100%, Harry and I spoke for a good 5 minutes about this, and I think we were on the same page. Yeah, we could have raced him last Friday. Could have. It's a long year. I think it made much, much more sense to school him, which is exactly what we did. So very happy that we agreed and we came to that conclusion. And listen, if he's good enough to win the Spring Series, he's good enough to win the second leg and make the final, right? I don't know how many divisions there were, probably 2. That means if he's 1, 2, 3, even if he's 3, he's got a shot. 1, 2, he should get in. Taiwan on bled a little bit the other day. Not shocking. Watch the race. It's not that shocking. That's what she did. And as I said to Harry, he said, well, we can try and work on it. I said, what? What are you talking about? No. It's hot out. All summer. She's going to race all over Pennsylvania. Put her on Lasix. It's not a big deal. She get 2 weeks. We can school her once, and then she'll race. Her first start may be in Philadelphia in the All-Stars. And somebody said, well, I don't know if she's good enough. Listen, she's going to the PA All-Stars. This is a filly with tons of potential, a lot going on, and I'm sure once we school her once or twice even on Lasix, you're going to see a much different horse show up in Philadelphia than you saw at Mohawk the other night. Twinkle in Her Eye, 2 in a row for the big girl. And 8-5, if I'm reading the morning lines right, she looks like she's in the right class again for this week. So might have a little bit of a streak going on from our big girl. So good luck to everybody with the Twinkle in Her Eye group racing tonight, I believe, at Flamborough Downs. So I'll be back in a minute. We still got Jason's barn to talk about in just a minute.